2023 FIBA World Cup. We're set for a crunch matchup in Group F as Czech Republic hosts Bosnia and Herzegovina here at the Interior Arena. I'm Tim Long, it's a pleasure to be with you for a game that could decide which one of these teams makes the second stage of qualifying for next summer's World Cup in the Philippines, Japan and Indonesia. This first stage group looks set to go right down to the wire, with the bottom side at the end of this window dropping out of contention for the World Cup. The Czechs, who co-host Eurobasket later this summer and made the World Cup for the first ever time in 2019, know they simply have to win by 8 or more tonight, or win at group leaders Lithuania on Monday, otherwise their campaign is over. Bosnia and Herzegovina, who won by 7 in the reverse meeting between these two back in November, they would seal their place in the next stage if they could win this one. As you've just seen in the other game in this group, a dramatic and controversial finish that saw Lithuania remain perfect top of the group at 5-0, coming from behind to win by 2 in Bulgaria. Bosnia being introduced first as the road team here, 2-2 in Group F. First window started with the 7-point win over Czech Republic in Sarajevo and then a 10-point road win in Bulgaria, but they lost both games to Lithuania in the second window in February. The first at home by just a single point, 77-78, having led by as many as 9, and the second by 21 in Vilnius. After today, they finished the first stage back in Sarajevo against Bulgaria on Monday, which could be another crunch clash for them. They're led by Adis Beciragic, also known by his Turkish name Aziz Bekir. Czech Republic, the home team for this one, just 1-3, bottom of the group. Coming into this window, they started in November with that 97-90 defeat against today's opponents in Sarajevo, and then an 8-point home loss to Lithuania. In the last window in February, they lost by 9 in Bulgaria, before finally getting their first win by just 3 on home court against the same opponents. It means they lost their head-to-head against Bulgaria. They cannot afford to lose their head-to-head surely against Bosnia as well. They really need to not just win this game, but win it by more than the 7 points by which they lost in Sarajevo to overtake Bosnia in a head-to-head tie-break situation. They also have the ominous prospect of finishing the round on the road at unbeaten group leaders Lithuania on Monday. They do not want to be in a position where they have to go and win that one. As the introduction of the two rosters, we'll get the starting 5 shortly, but first we'll pause for the 2 national anthems. a roller coaster ride of a game when these two met in Sarajevo back in November. Czech Republic starting on fire, going up by as many as 14 with a 56-point first half. But Bosnia and Herzegovina held their opponents to only 11 points in the third quarter, pouring in 31 themselves before holding off any attempt at a Czech fight back down the final stretch to win it 97-90. That 7-point margin crucial tonight in terms of the head-to-head tiebreaker. Quite remarkably, the Czechs lost that first meeting despite hitting 14 threes at 54% accuracy and also shooting 52% on the inside and 95% at the line. And that's because Bosnia forced 19 turnovers and dominated the interior with 17 offensive rebounds and 62% two-point shooting. They outscored their opponents 27-7 on points from turnovers, 28-10 on second chance points, and 54-22 on points in the paint. We'll see their starting five. Several key players there, but also worth pointing out that their bench played a big part in giving them what they needed in that win over Czech Republic on home court, outscoring the Czechs 48-15. Miralem Halilovic is the captain. He was one of the keys to that victory. Under head coach Aziz Bekir, who himself was a key part of the Bosnian national team through the 90s. Took over on the bench as head coach this year. One very big and significant difference for the Czechs compared to that meeting in Bosnia is the arrival on this roster of Tomáš Satoranský, their star from the NBA. He was sensational at their historic first ever World Cup appearance in China, where he averaged 15.5 points, 8.5 assists and 5.6 rebounds. No surprise that Satoranský gets the start. Wojtek Kruban in there, who averaged 25 points over two previous qualifiers in this campaign. Nobody has scored more on average in European competition. The centre, Ondrej Balvin, was superb at the World Cup in China as well. Had a tournament ninth best, 8.4 rebounds, 1.3 blocks as well. There is a little bit more talent for head coach Ronan Ginsburg to play with here. And they need it. They need their big hitters to step up to the plate and knock one out of the park on home court. Ronan Ginsburg, an Israeli head coach who's been on the bench of the Czech since 2013, taking charge at both of the last two Eurobaskets and that historic 2019 World Cup appearance. And Aziz Bekir, who spent his club coaching career in Turkey, where he also spent the last 6 years of his playing career, is a Bosnian by birth. Well, Tomáš Satoranský has the weight of expectation on his shoulders. It's already been a big summer for him. He's just returned to Europe to sign with Barcelona after 6 years in the NBA. He'll make his first appearance of this World Cup qualifying campaign, one of the stars of the World Cup finals in China in 2019, when the Czechs went all the way for the very first time to play on the grand stage. Bosnia hoping to do the same and go to the World Cup for the first time in 2023. This is a crunch time on the road to the World Cup. Almost a case of now or never for the Czech Republic, one of these surprise packages and standout teams at that first appearance at the World Cup at the last edition. Very much in danger of missing out this time around, though. Bosnia and Herzegovina looking to do what the Czechs did in 2019 and reach the World Cup for the first ever time. If it's to be one or the other, it's the Bosnians in the driving seat at the moment. An extra win and a 7-point margin of victory in the first meeting between these two. And the Czechs need to overturn that deficit here on home court in Pardubice tonight, and they're determined to make life tough, setting the tone early on defense with big Balvin showing the Bosnian offense he's there. And there's an offensive foul pushing off on the inbound pass. So Bit of a headache on the Bosnian bench to start with. Big Czech rejection, and then a turnover. BIH tripped on his path through the paint. He had an excellent World Cup in China, averaged 15.3 points on 43% three-point shooting. Here he is again, BIH. Little floater just inside the paint, doesn't go. Balvin trying to battle on the boards. The 2'17" centre can't reel it in. Gegic, perhaps the star of the home win over Czech Republic. He passes on to Halilovic. Now Artic to take the shot on the outside, and we're still waiting for the first score. Swift passing in transition. Kruban takes the mid-ranger and misses it from a good position. Rebound Artic. Edin Artic, who's been a key all-rounder for Bosnia and Herzegovina through this campaign, playing in every game. Halilovic, the captain, his hand off and looking to power his way through the paint, but missing Canan Musa, a former NBAer with the Brooklyn Nets. Plenty of stars looking to shine here tonight. None of them able to twinkle on offense so far. Balvin's big block on the defensive end, the standout moment of the opening minute and a half. Here he is now on the offensive end. Balvin passing back out. Satoransky from the stripe, he misses. Two sets of players who haven't set their radars right so far. Fake pass onto the corner, Artic then. Bounce pass, double bounce pass onto the interior. Tough on the baseline though, especially with Balvin in this kind of mood. 2 blocks in the opening 2 minutes for the big man. And the Czechs forward in transition again, skipping and scoring through the paint. BIH lands the first blow. And the first score coming on the 10th field goal attempt of the game. Little up fake, Halilovic trying to get the better of Balvin. Far easier tried than done. Puts a foul on Andre Balvin. Balvin, an all-Euro Cup second teamer with Gran Canaria in 2018, and then had efficient numbers in the EuroLeague the following year. He's now playing in Japan. And BIH with the only score of this game so far. Bosnia finally on the board after nearly 2.5 minutes. Captain taking on the responsibility to drive at Balvin and to earn a trip to the foul line. Ralem Halilovic, this past season with the French club Metropolitan 92, he's put up 9.1 points, 5.6 rebounds in his second Euro Cup season. Satoransky. More assists in total than any other player at the World Cup in China. Able to score as well. Lovely moves as he turns the paint into a dance floor on his return to international competition. The Czechs by 3. Spinning in traffic, finding a nice pass out towards this near side was Halilovic, but a miss from Musa. As the two Bosnian stars look to combine. They get the offensive rebound, though, a key component of their win over the Czech Republic in Sarajevo, and it leads to the second chance three-point shot that gets Bosnia level, their first field goal, and it took nearly 3.5 minutes. BIH, an excellent scorer, takes the long 2 and knocks it down with pinpoint precision. 2 baskets already for Bo. In the first window, he averaged 11.5 points, 3.5 assists, but didn't play in window 2 in February. Mid-range floater falls for Halilovic. Played in 3 of the first 4 qualifiers and averaged a team-high 17.7 points, Halilovic. Team second best 5.7 rebounds. Team highs of 2.7 offensive rebounds and 1.7 blocks as well. The captain doing everything, but so too the big man, Belvin, and the sharpshooter, BIH, for the Czech Republic. 7 of their 9 points coming from BIH. And there's Belvin with the rebound. Turns it over though. Now has to try and dig his heels in on defense. And that is potentially a tide turner in terms of any momentum generation in this first quarter. Belvin, to a certain extent, the creator of his own downfall, as he turned the ball over and then got called for his second foul. And that will see him go to the bench. Meanwhile, at the other end, Jaromir BIH shows no signs of cooling down. 7 of the Czech Republic's 9 points. But Belvin understandably frustrated. 2 fouls in the opening 4.5 minutes for him. We'll see the biggest player on either one of these rosters sit on the bench. The replacement for the Czechs is Patrick Auder. A very capable replacement. Like Satoransky and Belvin, he'll make his first appearance of this campaign coming in. The World Cup in China in 2019 averaged 11.4 points, 3.5 rebounds. Like Belvin, he's been playing in Japan recently. Bosnia and Herzegovina have got plenty of support here in Pardubice. The Czechs by 2. Satoransky looking back out. Long range 2. Offensive rebound, but only tipped into opponent hands. Musa. Miss from Halilovic. It's been a tough offensive start for Bosnia. It was quite a game that's just finished between the 2 other teams in this group. 70-72 in Bulgaria in favor of Lithuania. Bulgaria had a sizable lead in the second half that the Lithuanians were able to overturn. The situation for the Czech Republic would have been a lot more complicated had Bulgaria got that win. Offensive rebound, pass back, and the finger roll falls for Wojtek Kruban. The Czechs by 4. John Robertson coming in off the bench, misses the shot. Robertson, a naturalized player, born in Kansas. Auder looking to show what he can do on the interior, draws a foul. And that's 4 on the Bosnians already. Any further fouls for the rest of this first quarter from the Bosnian defense will send the Czech offense to the line. Seen the impact of the Czech bigs already and the Czech snipers. They've got an excellent team ethic, an excellent system under Ronin Ginsburg. A close-knit roster that knows each other very well. Many of the team played together at the dominant Czech champions Nymburk for a case of several years before some of them moved on, some of them remained. Nymburk, who've won the league title in Czech Republic in each of the last 19 seasons. Ronin Ginsburg, the coach, was at the club for over a decade before leaving in 2017 himself. There's a real identity and character. Belvin and Elder big on the inside, BIH deadly from deep. Satoransky pulling the strings from the point. They've even got the potential to add high-flying Jan Vesely to the mix later on. Vesely, who himself has just joined Barcelona to play alongside Satoransky. Two big Czech arrivals for Barca. A big shot for Bosnia here from Robertson, gets them within 2. Drive to the basket, switch onto the right hand, and the score. Determined offense from a man determined to make his mark on his first appearance in these qualifiers, Tomasz Satoransky. He's shown plenty of quality already, and he's certainly showing plenty of fight. He is one of 2 standout superstars in the Czech international program, along with Jan Vesely. But he doesn't play like a superstar in terms of his mentality. He plays like a real team player. Nobody had more assists in the World Cup in China on any team. He makes everybody around him better. He's got the Czechs up by 5 here. And Bosnia have struggled to score for the vast majority of this quarter. That's after 97 points when these two teams met in Sarajevo. Gegic pulls up for the 3-point shot, misses it. Offensive rebound, tipped from one teammate to another. But that rather sums up the offensive struggles from Bosnia. Absolutely blowing an open 2. You've got to think not just about the win, but about the head-to-head here. If Bosnia lose it by 1 or 2 points, they're the kind of moments that can make all the difference. Should have been a guaranteed score. Just under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Czech Republic by 5, 15-10 as we go to the benches for a timeout.
I want fist or post up again. Whatever, it's 45. Daj mi, Miki, daj da igramo 5 cross. Jel može mač? Miki, ti odal, idi na tvoj lijevi huk, jel ima to neke veze? Nema veze. Znači ovo ovdje, moraš biti brzi. Znači kad je daš Mikiju, sprint ovdje i onda ide samo step in. Miki, ako zajebijemo, imaš uvijek hand-off sa njim na kraju. Jel dogovoren? Ajde. Stop, defense.
He's the top scorer in this ball game so far. BIH has 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field. Tomasz Satoransky 5 points for the Czechs as well. After Balvin set the tone on defense with a couple of blocks in the opening couple of minutes before picking up 2 fouls. But if anything, the defense has only got better since he made way. Bosnia can't buy a bucket. They're 3 of 16 from the field. 3-point shot for the Czechs goes down again, and they lead by 8. And that's the magic number for them tonight. David Jelinek hits the 3. An 8-point win will give them the head-to-head over the Bosnians. There's a long, long way to go yet. Robertson looking to take on his opponent inside to the captain, and the tip will go. Halilović's miss. First points in a while for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bench players coming in for the Czech Republic now, and with fresh energy and great determination, Tomáš Kyslík explodes down the baseline to score. Coming in off the bench, but he is the Czech's second top scorer in this qualifying campaign, averaging 15.5 points. What we've seen from these opening 8.5 minutes is much of what we saw at the World Cup in China when they made the tournament for the first time. Real teamwork and energy. Robertson on the flyby takes the three and knocks it down, and Bosnia are only down by 5, despite the Czechs pouring in 20 early points. Entry pass cut off. And Bosnia can make it a one-possession game, approaching the final minute of the first quarter. That's if they don't turn the ball over. Only their second turnover of this opening quarter. Robertson's just got his second three. Played in the first window, John Robertson had 11 points, 5 assists and a steal in the win over the Czech Republic. Didn't play in window 2. Kyslík. Final minute of the first here, the Czechs by 5. Kyslík going to work. And then Alder looking to skip through and score. Plenty of teammates backing him up. Martin Peterka with the offensive rebound and stick back. Robertson. They penetrate the paint, kick back out for the open three, miss it. Offensive rebound again, they've got plenty of them. Kamaniash. Robertson, he's hit 2 on the outside already. Another offensive rebound, this time a foul. Kenan Kamaniash, the 22-year-old centre, grabbing the rebound and getting hit. The Czechs at the foul limit. Kamaniash to the line. A young centre who was named to the All-Adriatic League team this past season. He averaged a league-high 8.4 rebounds, as well as 14.3 points on 63% shooting. Eight has been the largest lead for Czech Republic. 15.4 seconds to play in this first quarter. Kamaniash takes care of his free throws, and Bosnia are back within 5. Out goes Robertson, who's provided a much-needed scoring spark for the Bosnians when the points had dried up. 5 seconds to shoot. They take the shot early and make it. Jelinek, another one of their sharp shooters, hitting the target. And the Czechs lead by 7 at the end of the first. David Jelinek coming in off the bench with a couple of baskets. And everybody stepping up for Ronan Ginsberg's team, who lead by 7, 24-17 over Bosnia and Herzegovina at the end of 1. Huge disparity in terms of the shooting percentages. That's what I'm talking about in terms of everybody hitting the target for the Czech Republic. The problem for them is protecting their backboard. And that's why Bosnia are still only down by 7. They've grabbed 9 offensive rebounds in the opening 10 minutes. That's 7 more than the Czechs. And it's led to 6 extra field goal attempts. 3 extra free throw attempts, so they might be shooting low percentages, but they're shooting the ball far more than their hosts are so far here tonight. That was the route towards beating the Czech Republic in Sarajevo back on game day 1 when they grabbed 17 offensive rebounds through the game. They've been even better in that regard in this one. And despite Czech Republic shooting the lights out and pouring in 24 points, the Bosnians are right there in the rearview mirror here in Pardubice. Perfect time to remind you to make sure you download the Courtside 1891 app for all of the highlights, news and stats right in your pocket and at your fingertips. This very much the business end of qualifying that's on the horizon now as we move towards the second window. And all of these teams battle to be one of the 32 teams at the World Cup next summer. Satoransky. Alder still in the game with Balvin alongside him now as well, and it's Balvin who takes the 2 and hits it back in business off the bench. Starting this second quarter despite 2 fouls in the first. If he picks up a 3rd foul, that will be his half finished. The Czechs lead now by the largest margin as Kalinjaš looked to attack and was cut off mid-air. It could be a double-digit lead here for the Czech Republic. Satoransky is looking for the backdoor cut. Used it in the end as a decoy. Decoy bumps into the double team. Satoransky with the assist that time. It's his 2nd already to go along with 5 points. Balvin's not happy with the contact that put him down on the deck. He wasn't in a position then to receive the pass, so a turnover from the Czech Republic. It's their 4th. Turnovers were a problem for them in the defeat in Sarajevo. Kalinjaš who tangled up Balvin. Czech international basketball until this qualifying campaign has been very much on the up. Reaching the World Cup for the first time in 2019, co-host of the Eurobasket later this summer. It would be one of the, if not the biggest surprises of qualifying if they didn't get through the first stage at least. They're determined to ensure that they do, but BIH misses. Robertson. And the shake and bake dribble, trapped by BIH. Sulemanovic. Robertson. And the hand in his face from Balvin. Offensive rebound again. Robertson. And into the corner it goes. 3-point shot. Rims out for Sulemanovic. Satoransky. He's got the 2 bigs as his big targets. Balvin wants it and gets it up against Robertson. Huge mismatch as he passes out to BIH. And the shooters line up around the perimeter. Kalinjaš with the foul. 2 on Bosnia after 2 minutes of the second. Ball knocked away beyond the baseline, still Czech possession. Alder, one of the players And Ronan Ginsberg, that's been a part of this team for several years, and built up this telepathic understanding. Kuban another. Here's Outer again. Able to spin and score and give the fans something else to cheer. The first double-digit lead of the game. The Czechs up by 11. And a timeout called on the Bosnian bench. Patrick Outer getting the better of Sulejmanovic. It's an 11-point lead, but it's only +4 in the head-to-head tiebreaker. The significance of the result, if the Czech Republic did win here but by less than 7, would be that they would move ahead of Bulgaria into 3rd in the group for now, but they would remain behind Bosnia, which means if they then lost to Lithuania on Monday and Bulgaria won in Bosnia, the Czechs would be eliminated. If they win this one and win the tiebreaker with a victory of more than 7 points, they would still finish ahead of Bosnia in that scenario. Gegic to Musa. Musa riding plenty of contact from Hruban. First foul on the Czechs in this quarter. Musa coming off a campaign in which he was the Spanish League top scorer and MVP, playing for Breogán. Still only 23. He was the tournament MVP as Bosnia became under-16 European champions in 2015. He's the team's top scorer in terms of total points through the first 4 qualifiers of this campaign, 14.8 a game. Kalilovic has a better average, but he's only played 3 of the games. Musa's got 6 points already here. Outer attacking again, but missing. A little too overzealous on that particular offense. Bosnia a chance for back-to-back scores to close what has been an 11-point deficit. Kamenyak hands it off. Canan Musa looking to go to work. Gegic, he's fouled, so that's 2 in quick succession on the Czech Republic. That one on Satoransky. Oh, Gegic is another young Bosnian, just 24, had 20 points when they beat the Czech Republic in Sarajevo. He was 8 of 10 from the field for those 20 points. Musa had a team-high 21, but he was the best player in terms of efficiency. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 3 steals and 2 assists. Not been too efficient, though, for Aziz Bekir's team here in Pardubice. They trail by 9. Outer. Hands it off Satoransky, back to Hruban. Balvin, a big man who can hit the big outside shot, and he shows it. Andre Balvin bringing his best tonight. Five points, 2 blocks, showing his range. And then cancelling it right out from the corner, far side. That's such an important shot from Sulejmanovic. He shot 46% from downtown in these qualifiers. He gets the rebound on the defensive board as well, Sulejmanovic. So 9 the gap, approaching the midway point of the second quarter. Artic, foul. They're getting their reward at the moment, Bosnia and Herzegovina, for attacking the basket. Balvin with that 3. As the Czechs continue to shoot it well, they're 3 of 5 on the outside, 10 of 18 on the interior. But Sulejmanovic cancels out the latest Czech basket with a 3 of his own. The Basketball Champions League champion with Tenerife this past season. We'll go to the benches for a timeout with the Czechs leading by 9, 31-22.
Don't make it too complicated. Let's go. One time, hands down, okay? Watching the screen, if not, we push the ball inside, all right? We need to make, we are not keeping them ice. We need to have options to keep more ice. We need to beat them, all right? Then they will not come to the middle, pick them up. Let's go, come on.
Bosnia, to a certain extent, reliant on these 3-pointers. They've only hit 2 baskets on the interior in over 14 minutes now. Robertson stepping up and providing 2 of their 4 threes. We've just seen Sulejmanovic knocking down another. Halilovic has hit 1, although he's only 1 of 5 from the field. 2 of 17 from 2-point range, 4 of 12 from 3-point range. 11 offensive rebounds, though, to try and bridge the gap. They've only committed 3 turnovers. So they might not be shooting it well, but they're protecting it well. And they're rebounding well to get extra possessions. And foul shots from Artic puts them within 7. Middle up fake, shifted on, BIH. They've got so many weapons on the perimeter. BIH up to double digits in the first half. And the Czechs up by 10. Gegic takes on 2 on the interior and gets the better of Balvin. Courageous offense from Gegic. Satoransky. Balvin fouled as it went into him by Kamenyash. 3 fouls for both teams now here in the second quarter. Halilovic, the captain, sits on the Bosnian bench on 2 fouls at the moment. Kamenyash picks up his second. Sulejmanovic has also got 2. Double team trap. They find a way out for an open shooter, but it doesn't go for Peterka. Martin Peterka, a 59% 3-point shooter in these qualifiers. Missed that one by a long way. Bosnia lose it in traffic in the paint, but determined to wrestle it back. This is Bekir's team. They've got plenty of passionate support in this arena in the Czech Republic tonight. This is such a crucial contest for both nations in pursuit of a place at the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Sulejmanovic hands it off to Gegic. Gegic starting to feel confidence after that previous drive in which he got the better of Balvin. That was his first basket on his 3rd attempt. Still Bosnian possession. Deep 3-point shot, falls short from Sulejmanovic. offensive rebounding game, though. That's the Czechs' Achilles heel right now. Left-hand drive from Musa, blocked off, though, as the Czechs pack the paint and burst forward in transition. Rebound Satoransky. And if at first you don't succeed, try again. As Ruban gives Satoransky a helping hand. Well, they're hunting in packs in their own paint, and then hunting in packs in the opposition paint. 10 the lead for the Czech Republic. Lazic misses a three. He'll grab his own rebound. Yet another second chance scoring opportunity. Musa can't make the most of it. Balvin the rebound, and they'll pull forward in transition again. Satoransky. Peterka shifts it on, wide open in the corner. BIH, the hitman. He's shooting the lights out here in Pardubice. 13 first half points for BIH. And a 13-point lead for Czech Republic. There's a foul on that three-point attempt from Musa, so he will go to the line for three. And Czech's fourth team foul here in the second. It's Ruban who commits it. After that, chase back rejection. Coming in and helping out the big man. A super passage of play at both ends of the floor for Czech Republic. Bosnia dominated the interior in the reverse meeting. They shot 62% from two-point range. Here tonight, they're only 3 of 19 for 16%. But they've been even better in terms of grabbing offensive rebounds after 19 or 17, I believe, in Sarajevo. They've grabbed 13 here inside the opening 17 minutes, so they're still very much in the game. And those fans want to roar them back from a 13-point deficit. Three of three from the strike. Canan Musa makes it a 10-point margin. He was 10 of 11 from the line in the home win over the Czech Republic, en route to 21 points. Satoransky spinning, slicing and scoring as he gets the finger roll to fall. Tomasz Satoransky picking his moment to pounce in the paint. And the defense couldn't keep up with him. Robertson gets it back on the handoff from Halilovic, who's back in the game on 2 fouls. Lazic meeting Balvin, big body to big body and scoring. Ten the gap again. Peterka. Jelinek, an excellent shooter. Jelinek pulling up for the long range 2 and drilling it. David Jelinek doing his thing. He had 31 points in defeat in November in Bosnia. Three-point shot, Gegic, too long. Offensive rebound again, Halilovic. Robertson to work with the fresh 14. Around the screen of Halilovic. Excellent play, though, to balance the baseline. Satoransky shifts it on. Ruban. Wait for Jelinek, who's showing he can shoot and showing he can hustle. Balvin turns basket side. Robertson, the foul. The 180 point guard might have just wanted to duck out of the way of the 217 centre. He's determined to at least get into the path of the big man. It was a rare two-pointer we've just seen from Bosnia and Herzegovina on that replay, and they had to work ever so hard for it in traffic. 4 of 20 from 2 now. 20% on the inside, 25% on the outside. Down by 13 as Galvin misses the second one. Robertson, he's hit a couple already, and an air ball that time. Offensive rebound again, though. Their shooting percentages are horrific, but they've now grabbed 15 offensive rebounds in the first half. Czech Republic have grabbed 15 defensive rebounds, so the numbers are dead even on the Czech backboard. Second foul on Paterka. Alder coming in. Bosnians at the line. 91 seconds left to play in the first half. The stripe is the one area they have been shooting the ball well. Although just 1 of 2 on that trip for Sulejmanovic, they're now 12 of 15 as a team. 12 the gap, 1.5 minutes to play. Senel. Some rare seconds in the game for him. Oh, somehow for David Jelinek, who can't seem to miss. He has set his radar right tonight. 12 perfect points. He's doing it against Bosnia again after 31 in Sarajevo. He's 4 of 4. From the field here. We're seeing 12 points on the graphic, but only 10 on the stat screen. As Senel picks up a second foul. There's a group of Czech players on 2. (13) the gap. Robertson up to 8 points. Jelinek. He's feeling it, but he loses the handle of the ball. 5 seconds to shoot. Alder twisting, turning, and tormenting with the wizardry off the window. Patrick Alder gives the Czechs a 15-point lead. Such a beautiful basket from the big man. Halilovic, the captain, answers back for the Bosnians. And with pretty much 1 shot clock remaining, we're going to the benches for a timeout. 13 the lead for Czech Republic, who are within touching distance of the half-century mark in the first half. Look at this from Alder. The big man showing he's got some moves. His geometry's pretty good too. And then the response, a bullying basket from Halilovic. chance for Ronan Ginsberg to draw something up in the timeout. 23.9 seconds to play in this first half, as they look to surpass the half-century mark. They've been all guns blazing again, even more than they were in Sarajevo. And their fans are certainly enjoying the show. An inbound in the backcourt. Plenty of time. They want to take their time to leave the Bosnians no chance of responding. Although, that will take Bosnia and Herzegovina to the foul limit with 16.5 seconds still to play in the second. So after these free throws, they'll have the ball back. They scored 56 points in the first half in Sarajevo and lost the game, Czech Republic. And the points dried up in the third quarter when they only scored 11. So that will give the Bosnians belief in their ability to come back. They were down 14 in that game at home and still won it. They're down 14 here. Satoransky at the stripe has had a very efficient first half. 9 points, 4 assists for him. 15 the lead for the Czechs. Gegic off to Robertson. Final 8 seconds of the first half here. Robertson, he's got 8 points already. He's hit a couple of threes. Slips, feeds it inside though. Just in the nick of time, the tip won't go for Halilovic. And Bosnia facing a 15-point deficit at half-time. Czech Republic 51, Bosnia and Herzegovina 36 at the main break. There's still a long way to go in this one. And they might be up by 15 in the game. They're only up, though, by 8 in terms of the head-to-head tiebreaker. Look at those shooting percentages. Stark contrast between the two teams in that regard. Bosnia would have been down by many more, though, had they not grabbed 16 first-half offensive rebounds. They're led by the 9 points of Janan Musa. The Czech Republic have 2 players in double figures. Bohacic 13, Jelinek a perfect 10 without missing a shot. Bohacic has been scoring consistently throughout. 13 points in 15 minutes for him. Satoransky scoring and facilitating, 9 points, 4 assists on his first appearance in these qualifiers. Bosnia, to a certain extent, reliant on making a few of those long-range threes because they'd struggled for so long on the interior. Well, despite dominating the paint in the previous matchup between these two, the Czechs shooting well inside and out. 58% on the interior and picking their moments on the perimeter. 6 of 9 for 67%. Robertson has grabbed a couple of threes for the Bosnians. The Czechs have had a spark off the bench as well. That basket for Tomáš Kisling. They've got extra strength in depth in this window with the additions of Auda, Satoransky, Balvin. That has certainly shown over the course of the opening 20 minutes here. They need to win this game. They ideally need to win it by more than 7 points. So far, so good in both regards. We'll see if the Bosnians can battle back again, as they did in Sarajevo, when we return for the second half in a few minutes' time.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Italy. Tumba rejects him, but he says, no, monsieur.
And they hammer home the advantage with a half court. Drops it inside, stolen, pocket picked. Great finish. Super finish under pressure.
Gavin Schilling in for Germany. Schroeder still in. Little, oh, what a pass. Little dime, little drop-off pass. And Schilling at the front of the rim throws it down. And Germany attack and blocked again by Theis. Not in this house.
Sepala with a good defense. Hawkinson not able to find anything except that, folks. And look at that, and one by Beard Garden.
You can't complete at no angle to finish. Going the other way. Going upstairs. And to the gumbo! At speed. Hit the runway, throws it down.
Just a miss from the line for him. Oh, a little leak out from Israel, but it's rejected by Panicka, doing everything. Had a block to the stat column as well.
Oh, hello, Markkanen. I mean, just the ability of Lauri Markkanen and what he can do offensively.
With a quick hand, the steal and the two. Weedle to the glass. Crowd liked it. Weedle throws it down hard.
Welcome back to Pardubice in Czech Republic, where the hosts really need a win, and a big win, and they're getting it so far. 51-36 at halftime over Bosnia and Herzegovina. As we take a look at the top scorers for the two respective teams, Janan Musa's 9 points, leads the Bosnians. He had a team-high 21 when these two last met. He's hit that three-point shot, a rare field goal conversion, really, for Bosnia. They've struggled to score from the field. They've scored plenty from the free throw line, though. And he's been the main provider of those points. 6 of 7 from the stripe. Just 1 of 7 from the field. And the Czechs have had so many key contributors, but this man, Jaromír Bohacic, bringing his very best. 13 points in under 15 minutes on court. He's 2 of 5 on the interior, 3 of 4 on the perimeter. Bohacic deadly from deep again. Such a great marksman for this Czech team. Seems to step up on the international stage. His teammates know if they can find him, he's likely to knock down those shots. Bohacic has 13. They've got a perfect 10 points in 8.5 minutes from one of their other sharpshooters, David Jelinek, who's 4 of 4 from the field. They've got 9 points as well as 4 assists from Satoransky. 6 points, 2 blocks and 5 rebounds from Belvin. Key components all playing their part, all performing in a big way on a big night for Czech Republic. They went to the World Cup in China for the first ever time in 2019, but now there's a weight of expectation on their shoulders that they will reach it again with the team in the ascendancy. They're in danger of falling at the first hurdle in this first stage of qualifying. Only starting 1 and 3 over the first 4 qualifiers. Now they've got the pressure on them. And they're dealing with it admirably so far. That man in particular, Bohacic, who seems to feel no pressure when he shoots the basketball. Bosnia in a similar position to the one that the Czechs were in before the 2019 World Cup, when they're trying to get there for the first ever time. As we see their leaders in the various categories, Artic with 3 assists and 7 rebounds, a game high for Kamenjaš. Bosnia have dominated the boards. 6 of those 7 rebounds for Kamenjaš have come on the Czech backboard. Whereas a team, they've grabbed 16. So Bosnia have taken 40 field goal attempts. The Czechs have only taken 33. Bosnia have also taken 17 free throws, and the Czechs only 7. Had it not been for all of those offensive rebounds, this would have been a landslide scoreline in the Czechs' favour. But Bosnia just about are still in business, down by 15. Sharon Musa, pretty much the personification of their struggles in terms of shooting. 6 of 7 from the stripe, but as I say, just 1 of 7 from the field. His 9 points coming in 13.5 minutes. They have qualified for 10 of the 14 Euro baskets since they gained independence in 1992, but never been to a World Cup. On the continental stage, their best performance came when they played at the tournament for the first time in '93. They lost in the quarterfinals to Croatia. After 3 straight tournaments, they failed to qualify for the last edition in 2017, but then they have made the competition later this summer, where they'll play in the group of death in Cologne against Germany, France, Lithuania, the reigning European champions Slovenia and Hungary. As for Ronan Ginsberg's Czech team, very impressive at their historic first World Cup appearance in 2019. They finished 6th out of the 32 teams in China. Their biggest achievement since the dissolution of Czechoslovakia. They'd failed to qualify for each of the previous 6 editions. And the best achievement before that was 7th at Eurobasket in 2015. And they'll play at the Continental Showpiece for a 6th time later this summer. But for the very first time in front of home fans here in the Czech Republic, qualifying as one of the co-hosts with their group taking place in Prague. And they'll do battle with the likes of Serbia to try and advance past the first stage. Tomasz Satoranski, the leader of this latest talented group. Certainly sews everything together. He joins the roster, as is the case for this third window. Plenty of Czech players putting up some nice stat lines. Satoranski, one of them. You can check out all of those stat lines on the official World Cup Qualifiers app. Bosnia ranked 46th in the world. Czech Republic in 12th. It would be expected now, given the talent they possess and their performance in 2019, to be at the World Cup next year. Very much in danger of falling in the first stage if they don't produce tonight. But they're rising to the challenge so far, up by 15 at the start of the second half. As the Bosnians move the ball around beautifully, but miss the open shot at the end of it. Musa now 1 of 8 from the field. The coach couldn't have asked for better passing and a better shot for a better shooter. Musa shooting 43% from three-point range through these qualifiers, but not been able to establish any rhythm in this one. There's the passing from the Czechs, and it leads to a big Balvin dunk. A pile driver in Pardubice. 17, the largest lead, 8 points for Balvin. Robertson blocked off by Satoranski, plugging up the paint. Balvin trying to chase it back through the advertising boards and failing to save it, but only 4 seconds left on the shot clock for the Bosnians. We'll take a look at his big finish, getting him free, keeping his composure in the paint, getting Halilovic flying by. Gegic with the basket for Bosnia, closes the gap to 15 again. His second field goal. Jelinek couldn't find Balvin on the interior that time. So a turnover for the Czechs, and they might be up by 15, but do remember it was a 7-point win for Bosnia and Herzegovina in Sarajevo on game day 1. So they're only up +8 in terms of the head-to-head. Robertson knocks down another 3, make that +5 in terms of the head-to-head tiebreaker. 3 of 5 from downtown Robertson for 11 points. 12 the margin here tonight. Passing lanes blocked off again. A turnover from the Czechs once more. The Bosnians bringing it on defense now. Musa. Gegic, open three-point shot, Sulejmanovic. And creating good looks on the perimeter. Still not knocking them down as frequently as they would like, despite that one from Robertson recently. There's a third foul on Martin Peterka. Robertson. He's the one player who has been hitting his outside shots. This time taking it onto the interior, pulling back. Plenty of shooting room, but missing. Balvin. As the Czechs bring it forward now. Satoranski, open three-point shot, Bohacic, of course it goes when he's in this type of mood. BIH lands another blow, 16 points, 4 of 5 from downtown. The Czechs back up by 15. Gegic feeds it inside, forced away though Halilovic. Back out Robertson, shot clock ticking down, gets away from Satoransky, and just enough time for Sulejmanovic to throw it down two-handed with 0.1 remaining on the shot clock. (13) the margin, 3 minutes into the second half. Nice passing again from the Czechs, just continuing to do their thing. Pinpoint shot from Peterka. They're now 8 of 11 from downtown for 73%. That's as well as shooting 60% on the interior. That one wide of the basket, into the hands of Jelinek. It's an offensive foul though against BIH. 6th turnover on the Czechs. A couple more than Bosnia. And they've got pressure on them tonight, but we are just seeing elite shooting from Czech Republic. 59 points already, up by 16. They could make it the out-and-out largest leads if they get the next basket. And they might do now because there's another offensive foul, this time on the Bosnians. And that one on Halilovic. Plenty of fouls stacking up. Peterka, the only Czech player on 3 though. Halilovic has just picked up his 3rd. The only Bosnian player on 3. Balvin looking to show those moves again. He's bought his dancing shoes today, but he can't convert that time over the top of Sulejmanovic. Robertson back out. Sulejmanovic waiting on the trail, wide open, takes his time and picks his moment. And Bosnia are looking to bounce back. 9 points for Sulejmanovic, his second 3. They're down by 13 still, but 3s are keeping them in the game. Not that they've been shooting them at a great percentage, but they're getting good looks. And they've knocked down pretty much as many 3s as they have 2s. Satoransky scores again. Double figures for him, the 3rd Czech player into double digits. 11 points. And 6 assists for Satoransky with just 1 turnover. Robertson almost caught in the gravitational pull of Balvin. Onto the corner it goes now. 5 on the shot clock. Trying to edge his way in. Passing lanes blocked off. No room to breathe for Sulejmanovic. He got mugged in the paint. 3-on-1 in transition. BIH. He knew that one was off all the way. Tried to telegraph his own rebound. Rare miscalculation on the radar of Jaromir BIH. Still Czech possession. The diligence of BIH to try and save the rebound. They can't make the most of the second chance scoring opportunity though. Musa passes on after drawing the attention of the defense, and Halilovic does the rest. Bosnia closing the gap to 13 again. And they're still right there in terms of the head-to-head tiebreaker, which could prove pivotal in this first stage of qualifying. 7 points now for the captain. We'll go to the benches for a timeout.
It's 22, and when this game switches, but aggressive switch, okay? On offense, let's go now again. Five again, okay? One time 5. No, we have great opportunity before. This side, make it good, okay? You will play the pick and roll, okay? You come and screen, all right? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
The Czech field goal percentage more than double that of Bosnia and Herzegovina, 60-29. But the Bosnians are only down by 13. And despite the sharp shooting of BIH, who leads all scorers in the ball game with 16 points. Satoransky and Jelinek, his teammates, also in double figures now. John Robertson leads Bosnia with 11. Four and a half to play in the third quarter. Balvin drawing the defense, kicking back out to the perimeter. Balvin again. Shot clock down to the final few seconds. Auda, the other big, had the defensive door aggressively slammed in his face. And not only is that a foul, but it's a fourth personal on Halilovic, Bosnia's captain and top scorer across these qualifiers in terms of average points a game. It's absolutely crucial to how they play. 17.7 points, 5.7 rebounds, 2.7 offensive rebounds, 1.7 blocks, 1.7 steals. He's now dangling by a disciplinary thread. We may not see Miralem Halilovic, the Bosnian captain, until the final 5 minutes or so. Auda hits the first of 2. Gets them both, and the Czechs' super shooting show continues from all distances and angles. 15 the lead, 4 minutes to play in the third. That was the third team foul on the Bosnians in this third quarter. Artic. Kalinjaš, and an offensive foul. It's not happening for them right now, despite the best efforts of their travelling fans to roar them on the road. They've now surpassed the Czechs on the turnover count. 7 for Bosnia and Herzegovina, 6 for the Czechs. Balvin back to Satoransky. Lost the ball, plenty of time left on the shot clock though, and he skips straight away past Kalinjaš and fizzes into Balvin. He didn't need much time to make his impact. Satoransky finding Balvin, and the two big hitters land another blow to the chin of the Bosnians. Balvin putting Robertson on a poster.
Ako bude išao ispod njega, kameni, if they go under, yo, give me good wrist screen, ti malo više raširi vamo, onda, jesi ja, ti si ovdje, jel? I onda da napadamo. Every time we go, double fist, pardon, vidi ovo, kad ubacimo je double fist, ako ne ubacimo, man movement.
17 ties the largest lead of the game now. That Satoransky-Balvin combination. The big 1-2 punch combination, looking to knock the Bosnians out of contention. They're determined to trade blows until the finish though, just trying to stay on their feet right now. Balvin determined to leave his feet time and time again. 65-48, ties the largest lead at 17, 13.5 minutes to play. The Czechs also plus 10 on the head-to-head tiebreaker. While on the defense, Balvin with that big dunk before the timeout became the 4th Czech player into double figures, 10 points for him, 6 rebounds and 2 blocks. He's their best player in terms of efficiency. It was Satoransky's 7th assist to set up Balvin. Musa. There's still plenty of time, but the Bosnians need to bring it in a big way. They'll go to the line for 2. 4 fouls on both teams now here in the 3rd quarter. Kemenyash going there next. The 22-year-old centre's played in all of their qualifiers. In this campaign, he's averaged 8 points, 3 rebounds in 19 minutes. Shot 63% from the field. Now shooting the ball well at the stripe. Bosnia 16 of 19 now. Kemenyash 4 of 4. The team at 84%, but they're still under 30%. From 2-point and 3-point range. And they're down 15. Satoransky calls the play, gets it back from Balvin, pulls the trigger on a 3. Offensive rebound. The Czechs give the Bosnians a taste of their own medicine. And Balvin, volleying basketball on the boards from Balvin, showing his muscle. And the Czechs are determined to muscle their way back into contention for the World Cup. Saved only back into the hands of Artic. There's a foul on Balvin, who picked up 2 early. And they've done well to avoid picking up a 3rd for a long time. I think that's his first foul in about 13 minutes of play. He joins Bohacic and Peterka on 3 for the Czech Republic, nobody on 4. Kemenyash has 3 for the Bosnians. Halilovic, their captain, has 4. It's a foul that takes the Czechs to the limit for the 3rd quarter as well, so Bosnia out the line, which is perhaps where they'd like to be more often than not, given they've been able to knock down these free throws and have been suffocated from the field. Musa, their top scorer at half-time, has been surpassed in this quarter by Robertson. He's level with Robertson again now. Those two have 11 points. 8 of Musa's 11 coming from the line. He's only 1 of 9 from the field. He goes to the bench. Final 2.5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Auda. Oh, backdoor cut, lurking on the baseline, missing on the reverse though. Kruban. And a foul on the floor. The basket does not count for Auda. He will, however, get to the line, with the Bosnians now at the foul limit. Czechs have been there under half as many times as their opponents, but they've been just as efficient, 8 of 10 now as a team. Lauda's got half of them, he's 4 of 5. Gets them both on that trip. 9 points in 13.5 minutes for Patrick Auda. 17 the lead again, ties the largest of the night that the Czechs have had on several occasions. Robertson goes behind the back, trying to create room on the perimeter, slips it inside to Kameniesh. He's forced back out. Trying to blaze through a gap that was hardly there, and getting fouled was Gegic. That's the advantage now of having your opponents out the foul limit. Take it aggressively towards the basket. You're likely to earn a trip to the stripe. The problem, though, for the Bosnians, more so now, is on defense. They still can't stop their host scoring. Czech Republic shooting 56% inside, 61% on the perimeter, and 81% at the line. They've only turned the ball over 6 times. (16) the gap, as it's just 1 of 2 for Gegic, and a field goal here could make it the largest lead out and out in the ball game. Senau. Auda misses on the far side, or rather Kruban, I beg your pardon. Auda on the interior now. Some bench players in the game for the Czech Republic. And one of them, Martin Kriš, knocked down. Key players are getting a breather, refueling for the big finish. Balvin, Bohacic, Jelinek, Satoransky all on the bench for the home team at the moment. Can Bosnia and Herzegovina make the most of the opportunity? That will help. And a 3 right on cue. Final minute of the third, 13 the deficit. A big minute you feel here, particularly for Bosnia, to try and get themselves back in the ball game. Kruban will go to the line for 2. And the Czechs have a chance to surpass 70 before the final quarter. And his team needed that one. They need a few more, and they need defensive stops. No problem with the offense for the Bosnians. 56 points at this stage is a pretty good output. This has been their best offensive quarter, 20 points. They had 19 in the second after 17 in the first. It's also been their best defensive quarter. Czech Republic had 24 in the first, 27 in the second. They've got 20 here in the third. Bosnia still need more. 14 is the lead for the Czechs. Artic threatening a 3, keeps hold of it, rolling inside is Kameniesh, receives it on the baseline. Back out to Robertson. Shot clock down to the final 3 seconds. Tough shot turning around on one leg. There's the follow and the tip, and it will fall from Gegic. Bosnia determined to battle and to take this game down to the wire. From 17 down, they're within 12. Now this is where they really do need the defensive stop. Final seconds of the third quarter. Flip far side, down the baseline. Free player in the corner, Senau misses. And that will give the Bosnians some belief heading into the final 10 minutes. They might be down by 12, they're only down by 5 in terms of their head-to-head now. And that's why you see a bit of disappointment and a bit of anxiety on the faces of those in Czech Republic white. The Czechs shooting the ball so well, so much better than their opponents, but still not out of sight yet. Bosnia and Herzegovina's best quarter of this ball game has kept them in contention, even if they still trail by double figures, down 70 to 58. That was a 19 to 22 quarter in their favor. Sulemanovic with a big finish for them. They've got 11 points from Robertson and Musa. Sulemanovic backing those two up with 9. And that after they'd fallen behind by 17 points on several occasions. They've taken 5 off that deficit. And the Czechs with 70 points over the first 30 minutes. And 4 scorers in double figures. Balvin up to 12. They've got 10 from Jelinek, 11 from Satoransky, 16 from BIH, but they are still not home and hose, not by a long way. Many different players looking to be the protagonists, but the same kind of narrative developing to the one that we saw in Sarajevo when these two teams met right back at the start of this campaign. The Czechs were up by as many as 14 before losing it by 7. They had a huge offensive performance in the first half before Bosnia started to turn up the intensity on the defensive end. And they shot the ball so well and still lost. Ronan Ginsberg will be hoping that history doesn't repeat itself here in the sequel. Bosnia have really given themselves something to fight for now. It wasn't going for them for so long. It's been one of the worst shooting nights they'll ever have. But they won that first meeting by 7, which means they're only down by 5 points in terms of their head-to-head. And that, in this first stage of qualifying, is done and dusted, could prove decisive. The Czechs will try and get the ball in again to Balvin. 5 to shoot for the big man. Balvin back out, they're queuing up on the perimeter. And Satoransky alleviates the pressure. I beg your pardon, it's Hruban with the 3. This is first on the outside, he's up to 8 points. Gegic to respond, falls short. Robertson up fake. Gets Hruban up in the air, misses the shot. Balvin big on the boards on the defensive end this time. And they're so quick with that first pass to get out in transition. Stop and pop 3, doesn't drop. Offensive rebound for Auda. And they've got a player down hurt. BIH back on his feet. 15 the lead now for the Czechs. BIH taking that right arm from Gegic. And there's the 3 from Hruban. A man who averaged 25 points over the 2 qualifiers in February, having not played in the first window. He's gone under the radar here tonight, just 8 points on 3 of 8 shooting. Players are having to take on different roles now, with the roster reinforced by the likes of Auda, Satoransky and Balvin. Poked away from Hruban. And then a foul in transition. Bosnia wanted unsportsmanlike as Musa comes down the floor, but there was, according to the official, a legitimate attempt to play the basketball from Hruban. We'll see it here on the replay. We'll see what Canan Musa thinks of it. officials will talk things through. Minutes to play, a 15-point lead for his team. But still a big potential for a twist in the tail. That the third foul on Hruban. Remains a regular foul. One foul for both teams here in the fourth. Kamenjaš hits the shot. Bosnia back within 13. Determined to continue to heap on the pressure with their defense. Well, taken away from Jelinek, but a whistle. Knocking down from the open spot, Kamenjaš. The centre showing he's got some range. And the Bosnians showing they've got some fight. Satoransky, 11 points, 7 assists for him. Misses the shot, they'll battle on the boards and in the corner and save it. Gegic's head in the wrong place at the wrong time. Hruban with the hustle play and the possession for the Czechs. On a night where each and every possession, each and every point could mean so much. Balvin. And the Czechs showing their aggression on the offensive end with Balvin, who has to walk away shaking his head, not the call he wanted. It goes against him. He was hoping for a foul on the defense. 2 fouls apiece now in the opening 2 minutes of this fourth quarter. Amar Gegic, the 24-year-old, bringing the ball down the floor for Bosnia. Artic prodding and probing, hesitating, then pulling the trigger, missing. Rebound, Alder, who then dropped it, but a whistle. It bails Patrick Alder out. It just feels like this one is going to end up being tight and tense down the final stretch. That's the third foul on Bosnia already here in this fourth quarter. That one on Gegic. They've already got 2 players on 4 fouls, and he adds his name to that list. So Gegic, Halilovic, the captain, and Kamenjaš all walking the disciplinary tightrope. Bosnia in early foul trouble at the start of the fourth as a team. Satoransky up high. The big 1-2 punch combination. Looking for the knockout blow as Andre Balvin throws it down on the alley-oop finish. The Czech Republic up by 15. Tipped as well by Satoransky after the defensive pressure. And the runway opens up for Alder to take off. As the Czechs give Bosnia a reality check on the road to the World Cup. Satoransky first, up to the big leap of Balvin, and then the defense building the platform for the dunk in transition from Alder.
And then switch. If the big guys in the game, I blue back. If he's not in the game, switch the blue. In offense, first offense we gonna play. It's gonna be 5 cross. 5 cross. Okay, let's go.
17, the largest lead again, as it has been on several occasions in the first half. How high was that right hand of Ondrej Balvin, bringing the house down? Off the 8th assist from Satoransky, Balvin up to 14 points. And they're plus 10 in terms of the head-to-head tiebreaker again. And that big moment coming at a point where the Bosnians were looking to mount their big comeback. Ruban called for the contact, his 4th foul. So he goes to the bench, the first Czech player onto 4. 3 team fouls apiece in 3 minutes in this 4th quarter. Musa, there's another foul, that's 4 now on Czech Republic. And it's also 4 on Bohacic. So Ruban and Bohacic both on 4, the team on 4. And for the next 7 minutes, any fouls from the Czech defense will send Bosnia to the line. Robertson. 5 seconds to shoot. Robertson squeezes past Balvin, turns it over though, with his pass onto the baseline, and the Czechs still so full of energy. Bohacic on the floor, and playing on 4 fouls, just losing his concentration. Plenty of physical energy, maybe losing focus in terms of mental energy. Wide open 3-point shot, they need it, they don't get it. They'll battle for the rebounds and get a fresh 14 to work with. Robertson goes through the gears, slices and dices the defense and scores. Robertson, the leading light for the Bosnians, 13 points now for the man born in Kansas. They're down by 15. Satoransky to Balvin. Onto the corner it goes from Satoransky this time. One rolls around and into the hands of the big man again. Ondrej Balvin is dominating the paint tonight. 17 the lead for the Czechs again. Balvin now has 16 points and 9 rebounds as well as 2 blocks. I mentioned that Bosnia and Herzegovina dominated on the interior when these two last met. Well, Balvin didn't play in that game. He has made the difference in that regard. Seven of 9 from the field for those 16 points. A big dunk from Halilovic, coming in with fire, playing on 4 fouls. 15 the gap, 5.5 to play. Satoransky looking to slalom through the defense. The foul was called on the floor, but Bosnia are now at the foul limit. Balvin helping out Satoransky, running interference on the perimeter. Halilovic taking out his frustration on the rim. Balvin, who was fouled, the man who set the pick for Satoransky's drive. That's 1 of 2, so 17 points for Balvin to lead the way of all scorers in this game. 16 the lead for the Czechs, 5.5 to play. Robertson back out. The Bosnians might need to light it up from long range. They get a 2 to go through Halilovic, determined to pick up the pace, coming back in on 4 fouls. 2 field goals in quick succession for him. 14 the gap. Only 7 the gap on the head-to-head. Satoransky for 3, misses. Offensive rebound, Czech Republic. Right at the midway point, the 4th quarter here. Balvin, passing lanes blocked off. As the Bosnians force a turnover and pour forward in transition. Nice pass high into the hands of Halilovic, who shut down on his route to the rim. Bosnia and Herzegovina pouring forward at pace in numbers. The captain leading the charge, but Auda leading the defensive retaliation for the Czechs. It's the fourth block of the night for the home team. Sulemanovic off the back of that, committing the foul, which sends the Czech Republic to the line and sends Sulemanovic to the bench for the rest of the evening. His fifth foul. He fouls out on 9 points on 3 of 7 shooting, 6 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. But the Bosnians are falling away in this one now, down 15, 4.5 to play. Under the foul limit and missing shots when they need to be hitting them. They've missed them pretty consistently throughout the course of the evening. Open corner 3 to try and dig the dagger in a bit deeper. Musa for 3, offensive rebound, tipped away from the rim by Balvin. He says, not in my paint. Not tonight, not on this night. Satoransky, hesitation, dribble, finish underneath. Balvin always there to help out Satoransky, and vice versa. Those two have been an electric combination through the course of the evening. Kamenjac hits the shot, but Bosnia are barely breathing. Down 15, 3.5 to play, still only down by 8 in terms of the head-to-head. They're not done yet. Balvin, 19 points for him now. Jelinek passes on, and a rejection as Auda's hit from both angles. In transition, pass to the corner. The Czechs doing well to get back and to force the Bosnians to play in the half court. Halilovic balances the baseline. Pass was low. Robertson picked it up down off the deck, missed the shot. Offensive rebound. Artic for 3. He got it to breathe new life into the Bosnian lungs. They are barely breathing, but they're determined to stay in the fight right until the finish. Edin Artic helps Bosnia and Herzegovina get back on their feet.
One of you in, one of you. If we have problem, you come, okay? On the middle, like we did before, okay? Now, like we did before, 2 players are in, okay? Okay? That's sensible. If we have problem, which go come in, okay? Now, we play shake on offense, okay? Doesn't matter what they are playing, right? We have problems, call up. One. Okay, let's go, come on.
We've seen some beautiful Czech basketball on the offensive end with Balvin leading the charge. A 19-point, 11-rebound double-double now with 3 offensive rebounds and 2 block shots, a 28 efficiency rating, and that, the biggest moment of all for the sizable center. He's on the bench at the moment. The Czechs only +7 in the head-to-head. Only +5, I beg your pardon, in the head-to-head. After Bosnia won by 7 in Sarajevo on game day 1. This one is still close enough. But the sting in the tail for the Czechs. Not if Satoransky can help it. He has been superb on his first appearance of these World Cup qualifiers. The Bosnians need to protect the ball. They'll get a break there, 10 on the shot clock. Gegic back out. Kamenjac drives in. Halilovic banks it in. They can't afford to keep trading blows. They need to get defensive stops. Down 5 on the tiebreaker again. Satoransky, 13 points, 8 assists for him. Gets to the strike. Passes on the responsibility. And they've got so many players capable of hitting from the field. That time, Martin Peterka. Such a good shooting team, the Czechs. And they're showing it on their big evening in Pardubice. And now they're looking to seal it in style through the high-flying Hruban. Surely that will see the Czechs out of sight. 17 the leads, plus 10 on the head-to-head with less than a minute and a half to play. Musa for 3, trying to write a different script. Plus 7 the head-to-head, but last-ditch defense from Kamenjac, keeping the Bosnians alive. And then a collision in the paint and a basket for Musa with the whistle. Jana Musa just hit a big brick wall in Martin Peterka and still found a way to finish. And that would it look like this dunk from Wojtek Hruban had sealed it. They were up 17, back-to-back scores for Bosnia, who now have a chance to reduce the arrears in terms of the head-to-head to just 4 points.
First of all, we take the ball against Russia like we did before. Right? I don't know if they foul us. Right? When we go to offense, we go the three side, and look how penetrate for shooting.
Perfect time to give you a recap of the situation. A 7-point win for Bosnia and Herzegovina in Sarajevo against Czech Republic back at the start of this qualifying campaign. That's a head-to-head that the Czechs really need to overturn tonight to make it through from the first stage of qualifying without being eliminated. So they don't just need to win, they need to win by more than 7. And they're currently up by 12 with 62 seconds to play. Mladen Halilovic, the Bosnian captain, trying to lead an unlikely comeback, coming in on 4 fouls in this 4th quarter. Now within a whisker of a double-double. They miss it and get the offensive rebound. Robertson hits the 3. Was that intentional? The free throw was so far off, and John Robertson was locked, loaded and ready. Bosnia are only down by 2 on the head-to-head, having been down by 10 a minute or so ago. Even less than that, it was a 17-point lead with 1:32 to play. So in the space of 44 seconds, Bosnia have scored 8 points without reply. And the officials are checking the video here. We've got late drama in Pardubice. Checking on this contact, this out of bounds call. Satoransky's bumped to the sideline by Gegic. Which way is possession going to go? Bosnia and Herzegovina absolutely desperate for it. This is a huge call at a huge moment of a huge game in this group. The Czech win by more than 7 puts them ahead of the Bosnians in the group. It would send both teams to 2 and 3, but the Czechs would have the head-to-head. And that might be the difference maker when the group is all said and done on Monday. Possession is with the away team. What a remarkable turnaround we might just be witnessing here in the Czech Republic. A timeout with 48.4 seconds to play.
John, imamo Mikija ovdje, Miki moraš biti namazan. Znači, idemo prvo Amare, Musa, blok i Stegen za malu. Ako bude pozicija da je šajbne, slobodno, mada ne vjerujem, obično svičaju, vidi ovo, znaš. A vidi ovo, Miki, nastavak, ti se praviš lud, tražiš loptu malo ovako, a onda ti ga Musa složi op i ovo. Ajde. Ako može. Ako bude on jak, više još poslan.
Bosnia and Herzegovina have not led at any point in this game. They've trailed by 17 on several occasions. They've shot just 36% from the field, but they are still in with a chance of causing the Czech Republic heartache on home court. And that is because they won the reverse meeting by 7. So they only trail now by 2 on their head-to-head, and they have possession. Looking to add to a run of 8 unanswered points in 42 seconds, but they can't do that. The Czechs look to slow it down now in half-court with Satoransky, the man to instigate the offense. A double-double for him now, 13 points, 10 assists, to go along with Balvin's double-double of 19 points and 11 rebounds. And there is the big shot. It releases the pressure valve, the hit from Pruban that knocks Bosnia back against the ropes. Pruban to the rescue. And he's stepping in on defense as well. A big hit from him on the offensive end, and he takes a big hit on the defensive end. They're shooting 50% from long range, knocking down 11 threes. Czech Republic up by 12, up by 5 on the head-to-head. And they have the ball as well. The foul was called on the offense. Huge plays, very different plays at both ends of the floor from Wojtek Pruban. Surely they're there now. Taken away from Satoransky. And then taken away by Mr. Hustle himself, Pruban. Czech Republic win the game. Czech Republic win the head-to-head. Czech Republic reignite their chances of making the 2023 World Cup. The final score in Pardubice, Czech Republic 93, Bosnia and Herzegovina 81. Well, his team left it a little bit too late, had 8 unanswered points in the space of 42 seconds to plant a big seed of doubt in Ronan Ginsberg's team's mind. But the timeout from him turn the tide back in the Czechs' favour. And they come through and pass a huge test here tonight. It puts both teams to 2 and 3 over the first 5 qualifiers, but the Czechs go ahead of Bosnia on that tiebreaker. And they're now in the best position behind Lithuania to make it through from the group. They survived a big effort from Bosnia and Herzegovina on the boards, in which the away team grabbed 24 offensive rebounds. But what a team effort from Czech Republic, and that's great to see there. The Bosnian fans travelling on the road here to Czech Republic, who've been excellent throughout, and their team showing their appreciation despite the defeat. They had 4 scorers in double figures, 16 apiece for Musa and Robertson in the end, 13 for Halilovic and 10 for Kamenjaš. But that wasn't enough. It was a double-double for Halilovic as well. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds. But they didn't get much more contribution from the rest of the roster. And as for the Czechs, what a night for this man. Ondrej Balví, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 2 blocks and a steal. He finished with a 28 efficiency rating. Hit 8 of his 10 shots, and was not the only Czech player with a double-double. We had a 13-point, 10-assist double-double from Satoransky. Both of those players playing in this campaign for the first time and raising the bar for Czech Republic. 6 scorers for the hosts in double figures in points. They had another 13 from Hruban, 16 from Bohacic, 12 from Auda, and 10 from Jelinek. And this is a team looking to go to the next level now in this window with those key players back on board. They led by 17 on so many occasions. They led for the entirety of the evening. But Bosnia and Herzegovina were determined to make it a tense finish, even when it looked like those big dunks from the Czechs down the final stretch had sealed it. They were up +10 on the head-to-head with only a minute and a half to play. But the Bosnians still made them think about it, as they scored 8 points without reply in the space of 42 seconds. And it forced a timeout from Ronin Ginsberg on the Czech bench. And that was enough to see them through to the finish. In the end, a 12-point win for Czech Republic, 93-81. And that gives them the head-to-head by +5. They shot 53% from the field, 55% on the inside, and 11 threes at 50% accuracy. A super shooting show here in Pardubice. We'll see what it means for the Group F standings. Lithuania won earlier on. They're a perfect 5-0 at the top. Not sure if we're going to see those standings again. Bulgaria falling to 1 and 4. The Czech Republic and Bosnia and Herzegovina both 2 and 3, but the Czechs now have their head-to-head to go second in the group. It's been a pleasure having your company for this one from Pardubice tonight. We'll see you next time on the road to the 2023 FIBA World Cup.